The last time the unaltered versions were released was 2006 on DVD. DVD, a technology, a resolution that has been obsolete for well over a decade. So when someone says, "Just watch your original versions and stop complaining," I can't help but think about these comparisons. The resolution of DVD is 720 by 480. The resolution of Ultra HD, aka 4K, is 3840 by 2160. It's less about nitpicking individual changes and more about preserving classic film. Let's get into it.
Dude changed his movie a little, so what? Big deal. If you're truly a fan, you'd be able to forgive it. Get over yourself. Why is Greedo shooting first a big deal? Does it really matter? I can't with boomer Star Wars fans. I'm a 37-year-old millennial. Why are you so negative? I really do believe all the new changes were for the best. You are just so used to the old version that you think anything else will ruin the movie. But if you can't understand why it's better to put an extra rock in front of R2-D2 for it to make a little more sense about him being hidden, then you'll never understand. Why are you complaining if the change they made is better? Don't be so purist, friend. Many times the changes are to improve. So much Lucas bashing. Grow up, kiddo. It's his film, his piece of art, and he may very well do with it whatever he wants. Keep on watching the 1977 version if the new ones are unbearable to watch for you. HelloGreedo is just an old fart who can't accept changes or new things. Total dick. The audacity of this cursing nerd to bitch about George Lucas biting the hand that feeds him like a teething spoiled brat. And if inserting a rock in the still is useless, WTF is making a video bitching about it. They're his movies. In his vision, he can make them and change them to his liking. He doesn't have to please you. It's just an upgrade. It's a new era. Stop crying like a little bitch. Dude, do you ever stop complaining instead of throwing a tantrum about how every change sucks? How about you stick with the original versions and pretend the changes don't exist? George Lucas doesn't care about you, HelloGreedo, because he knows he is better than you, and you are just a shitty vlogger.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's right. There are thousands of comments like this on my 8 Star Wars Changes videos over the past 12 years of this channel's existence. I get it, to an extent. My attitude didn't help in the matter 12 years ago. My production was quite different back then. I was channeling a lot of angry video game nerd in my first couple of videos. I probably should have laid out the big picture a little better and in a better manner. I digress. A lot of the comments are along these lines. This is why I hate most of the fandom. They are all whiny dudes who complain about a rock put here or there. Oh, how you dare to put more digital guys in there. You ruined my childhood. The old versions are still available. Watch those. Are they though? I don't think a lot of the commenters understand the broader situation. It's not really about the changes themselves. It's about preserving classic film. It's about the fact that the original versions, at least officially, have been relatively lost with time. The last official release of the original versions of Star Wars came out on DVD in 2006, almost 20 years ago. Each movie in that DVD pack came with 2 discs, one featuring the 2004 remasters that have all the changes in them, and one featuring the original theatrical cuts. In 2006, StarWars.com laid out a little summary about this DVD release. They said, quote, "This is a chance for longtime fans to re-experience the movies as they originally played during their first theatrical release, and an opportunity for new fans to see a bit of movie history." Close quote. Despite technology monumentally improving since the days of 480p DVD, the original versions have not been allowed to be preserved on Blu-ray or 4K. The original versions are dead in the water at a resolution that has been obsolete for over a decade. So to say, just watch your VHS or DVD copy is missing the entire point of the argument. It's not about rocks, it's not about Jabba, it's not even about Han shot first, despite that being a good slogan or catchphrase for this entire argument. It's about the preservation. If both versions, if all versions, were available for modern viewing, this wouldn't even be an issue at all. If the original versions were preserved in a modern format, well, there really wouldn't be anything to complain about. I think most people would be satisfied with that scenario. I know I would be perfectly satisfied with the ability to watch an official release of the originals alongside the existing special edition or Blu-ray or McClunky versions, even. You see, a lot of Blu-ray and 4K box sets include multiple versions of a film. My Blade Runner Blu-ray collector set includes 5 discs, 5 versions of Blade Runner. Yeah, there are 5 versions of Blade Runner. But Ridley Scott decided to release all of these versions, preserve all of them in this set. You can watch his 2007 final cut, or you can watch the 1982 theatrical cut, and everything in between. To me, that's admirable. That's the way it should be. Put up your new stuff alongside the original stuff and let people decide for themselves what stuff they want to watch. Preserving a film in modern viewing formats for future generations. Movie history, and for something as monumental as Star Wars, that is even more important. Yeah, the CGI Jabba scene is goofy. Yeah, the new Jedi Rock song is over the top and sticks out like a sore thumb. Yeah, the Hayden Christensen Force Ghost might be loved by younger fans, but it's not the original with Sebastian Shaw. And the list goes on and on. But again, the conversation goes deeper than just looking at things at the surface level. The conversation is about preservation, the conversation is about film history, the conversation is about showcasing where you were and who you were as a younger writer and director. The conversation is about giving credit to all of those who made the movies possible back in the 70s and early 80s. Those contributions to this massive collaborative effort should remain and not be so callously discarded or forgotten. To say that this is George Lucas's and he can do whatever he wants with it is to miss the broader point. I mean, I get it on a surface level, I understand it, it's a simple argument, but it's missing the point.
I don't see how anybody could see the changes as anything more than an improvement. Seems many of you are blind by nostalgia, and it prevents you from being objective. Damn, you complain a lot. There's no point to get mad about some CGI rodents. Stop hating the prequels. Greedo shot first both times, so don't get mad just because a special edition is higher quality. You just love to nitpick and complain for no reason on these changes. If you don't find the changes interesting and fun, then just don't comment. It's that damn simple. All you guys do is complain. If they kept mostly the same, you guys would say, they're just trying to get our money, they're just re-releasing the same things, it's stupid. But if they change it and make it better, then you guys complain and say, that's stupid, I like how they messed up for a second in the original, it was cool, make up your mind. I like the special edition, it's amazing, and I like the changes. All they did was just improve and fix what needed to be fixed. We get it, buddy, you don't like change. I don't give a fuck who voices Boba Fett, just as long as he has a voice. F you, Jason Wingreen.
If you love Star Wars, if you're a fan, then wouldn't you want it preserved? Wouldn't you want the history of it all to be preserved for the future? Wouldn't you want the original, the thing that started it all, to be maintained in an official capacity and available? Why not? I mean, what's the harm? Why would you be against that? It's weird. People in this fandom complain and get all up in arms about a hell of a lot less. So why is this request, this, in my opinion, very valid complaint and moral objection, scoffed at so many times? You just don't like change. What? I don't understand how anyone could be against this, unless they just haven't even considered the broader picture. And maybe that's it. People just don't know. They just hear someone like me say that they would rather have Sebastian Shaw at the end of Return of the Jedi instead of Hayden Christensen, and then that person goes, but I like Hayden Christensen, get over it! And they just don't understand or even recognize the broader picture and complaint. I get that. If you don't know, you don't know. But I hope this video can be somewhat of a smoothing out of the complaint for those who don't know or understand or even ever considered it. I mean, every version of Star Wars has changes, every single version. So like someone who loves the 1997 special editions, do they not like the 2004 changes? Or the 2011 Blu-ray changes, or the McClunky version on Disney Plus? Are there people who are diehard fans of certain changes over the decades? The way that I am with the unaltered version? Like, 2004 Jabba, 1997 Jabba is way better. That would be so funny to me. People complaining about changes that have already been changed, but they like the original change more than the new change. The one neat thing that's come out of the lack of an official release of the unaltered trilogy are the fan edits, the fan restorations. Now, I've talked about them extensively on the channel before. I've made a few videos about them, so I'm not going to go into deep detail right now. I'll link some videos in the comment section, but my two favorite are 4K77 and Harmy's Despecialized. Again, I've talked about them before quite a bit. If you're curious about watching the best unaltered versions of Star Wars in the best quality available, I'll toss some links to a couple of my videos in the comment section below. Project 4K77 has become my go-to way of watching Star Wars. Anyway, have a good one.